They gave me a free item. Now, this pawn shop has given me free items in the past because I go there all the time. This one's kind of weird though, because literally they scanned this item to bring up my games, and they're like, well, we use the tag for this, so do you want it? I'm like, sure. An acoustic guitar. So I have an acoustic guitar that I don't know how to play. Well, it's a new week. Haven't done any game hunting yet. Let's go take a look at Value Pawn, see what we can find. Well, another trip to Value Pawn, another success. Came away with a grand total of 6 games plus a Blu-ray set for $23 total. Now, different things had different prices, but I'm pretty happy with all the prices that I paid for each of these items. They're definitely worth more than the prices that I paid. And what's funny is, one of the games I picked up was a game that I literally just traded in like a week ago, and I paid less than what I got in trade-in, so that's positive. We're gonna start off Madden 21. I got it back. It's funny because I traded this in to pick up Ace Attorney and Neo The World Ends With You, mostly because Madden 22 is coming out. I haven't really played Madden 21, so I figured, you know, it'd be nice to actually be able to play it before the new one comes out. I got a decent amount of trade-in for it from GameStop, and I got it back for $5. I'm not gonna say no to that. So I have Madden back, yay. I was only gone for like a few days, but still. Next up, we have Transformers Devastation on the PS4. It looks like a pretty cool looking Transformers game. It's developed by Platinum. That's pretty dope. I don't know much about this game. It looks cool, and I only paid $5. Pretty sure it's worth a lot more than that, so solid pickup there. This one I only paid $3 for, which is the lowest I've ever paid for this game, which is interesting. I think I paid, well, besides the disc-only copy, I paid $1 for. But complete, paying $3, very happy. You know, it's GTA 5. It trades in a GameStop for $11, so of course I'm going to pick it up, especially for $3. That's a strong profit. So another copy of GTA 5 to trade in to GameStop. Yay. This is another game that I picked up to flip. I'm pretty sure GameStop takes it for like $7, $8, so it has a decent trade-in value. Call of Duty Black Ops, the original on the PS3, it has some decent value. It's in decent shape aside from the case is kind of messed up. But hey, I paid $3 out of pocket for this one, and I'm pretty sure I could get more than that trade-in. Next up, this is a game I don't see very often. I don't know if it has a lot of value, but I figured it'd be kind of fun to play at the very least. We have Juiced 2 Hot Import Nights on the PS3. It's in a rental case, but it has the manual. Obviously the case is the wrong shape, but it has the manual. I'll take it. It looks decent. Paid $3. Solid pickup there. The last game I picked up, again, as he was pulling out the games, I noticed there were a few that didn't have cases. This was one of them. So it's a classic series. I don't own any on PS3 currently, so I figured might as well pick it up. Gran Turismo 5, disc only. It's Gran Turismo. It's a classic racing series. Figured I'd pick it up for the PS3, especially for $1. And then the last thing I picked up is a non-gaming item, but was too good of a deal to pass up. So all of their Blu-rays are $2 or 2 for $5 or something like that. I don't know why that's more expensive, but one thing I found, I don't own any of these movies, so now I own all of them. The Hunger Games collection. So this includes all 4 Hunger Games movies on Blu-ray. It looks pretty much new. I paid $2 for this. Always gonna take that. So another nice addition to the movie collection. So $23 for 6 games and a 4 movie set on Blu-ray. Solid day at the pawn. Pretty happy with my pickups. I have to go back this weekend because I have another thing to ship out, so I'll go to my usual stops then, but I think this was a solid midweek stop at the pawn shop. Well, it's been a little while, so let's head into Simple Pawn. See if we can find any game deals. Let's go.
Mamma mia!
So that was a bust, kind of. So the first thing that immediately caught my eye is I saw they had a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And as you know, that game trades in the GameStop for a lot of money. So I immediately gravitated to that. Open the case, no Modern Warfare. Instead it was NBA 2K16 and GTA 5, which I've traded in GTA 5 so many times it's not even funny. On top of that, I already have a copy of that I have yet to trade in, so I don't need more GTA 5s. So I passed. They did have some Switch games and some pretty good ones at that. They had Mario Odyssey and they had Mario 3D Land. And I thought about those depending on the price. They wanted originally $30 for each Switch game, which my hope was to try to pick up Hello Neighbor for cheap and then flip it, but not for $30. It's not worth that. 3D Land is tempting because that one is actually worth like $30, but also like I would probably keep that one. I did ask if those were firm prices and they said they would go down to $25 each, which is not terrible. That is still a pretty solid price, and maybe eventually I might go back if it's still there and pick that up. But right now, I can't justify spending $25 on that game, even though that's actually a pretty decent price. So I passed. Probably shouldn't have, but right now I think it was the right move, especially because I have 2 more pawn shops to go check. So let's head to those. Stop number 2 is Cash America. Let's see if we can score here again like we have many, many times. Let's go. So that was actually a pretty productive stop at Cash America. I ended up picking up 3 games and a bonus disc, which I'll show you, for $20. Pretty solid deal. There's a weird part though. They gave me a free item. Now this pawn shop has given me free items in the past because I go there all the time. This one's kind of weird though, because literally they scanned this item to bring up my games and they're like, well, we use the tag for this, so do you want it? I'm like, sure. An acoustic guitar. So I have an acoustic guitar that I don't know how to play. No idea what I'm gonna do with it. I'm probably gonna take it to Value Pawn and see if they'll take it. Because if they will, that's free money. If they don't though, I'll just take it home. So I'll have an acoustic guitar that I don't know how to play in my house. Well, anyway, let's head to Value Pawn, see what's going on. All right, last pawn shop of the day is Value Pawn. Will I come away with free money for this guitar? Will I come away with some games? Will I come away with neither? Let's find out. Wow, y'all. That's all I gotta say. So, they did take the guitar. Originally, the guy was like, oh, I don't know if we can take it. Then he kept looking at it, and then he started setting up stuff and making sure we can take it. Then he offered me $30, which, let me remind you, this was something I got for free when I made a $20 purchase at Cash America. So I got $30. And I was able to pick up 3 games from Value Pawn. Now, I will say that Value Pawn is now going to be kind of tricky to get stuff from because apparently they individually price everything now, and their prices are a little steep. However, this was free money, so I decided, you know what, let's look around, see what I can find. And all 3 of the games that I picked up are worth, well, 2 of them are worth more than what I paid. 1 of them is worth slightly less, but I'm okay with that just because, again, the value of the other 2 games is significantly more than what I paid. I'm going to show you the whole lot when I get home, everything that I got. But essentially, I got 7 games for $20, and the value is pretty staggering. So, solid game hunting day, that's for sure. All right, so that was an absolute banger of a trip. Here's why. Let me explain the whole thing that happened. So I went to Cash America, and there were a number of new games that they had that they didn't have last week, and I picked out a handful. I was trying to get to around 20 because that's really all I wanted to spend this week, and they got me there. But one of the games had a surprise game in it, and the surprise game is pretty fantastic. We'll get to that though. So we're going to start off with the games that I'm going to be keeping from my Cash America stop. We're going to start off with Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. So I technically do own this game already digitally, but I wanted a physical copy. It's not a physical copy you see that often, so I was pretty happy to add it to the collection. It's in good shape. They originally wanted $10 for it, but I got them down to $5 just because, I mean, they've had this for a while and it hasn't sold, so I got them to lower it down to $5. Next one, and this is a game I've been meaning to pick up again for a while, not necessarily for this platform, but we'll see. Overwatch on the PS4. Now, obviously, I would much rather have it on the Xbox because that's where I primarily play multiplayer stuff. But you know what? For $5 on the PS4, I'm not going to complain for a copy of Overwatch, especially because at GameStop it sells for like $30. So I'll gladly take Overwatch on PS4 for $5. Not bad at all. Here's the really interesting one. Now, when I saw this, I originally thought, okay, I mean, I know this game trades in for a decent amount. If I can get it for the right price, sure, why not? Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the Xbox One. It's worth about $8.80 in trade-in at GameStop. But I opened the box, as you should always whenever you're buying games from a pawn shop or thrift store or anything, and took a look inside and found Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the Xbox 360. Which is worth more than Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is great, but it's a bonus disc because right underneath it is also Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So I got 2 Call of Duty games in this bundle. Technically I paid $10 for it, but considering Black Ops 2 is worth about $13 in trade-in, and Black Ops 3 is worth about $8.80 in trade-in, this paid for the entire bundle if I traded in. So essentially, Overwatch and Sleeping Dogs are free, which is great, but it gets so much better. So as you saw, they also gave me an additional gift after I was about to leave the pawn shop. Apparently they had to use the price tag of like a clearance item to give me the price for the games that they were trying to sell me. And they used this acoustic guitar, and the guy was like, hey, so we use this tag to give you the price that we gave you. Do you want the guitar? It's free. I'm like, sure. Of all the things that they've given me, that's probably the one that's the most interesting, is an acoustic guitar. So I took it, as you saw. And then afterwards, I did what any sensible person would do, which is take it right across the street to the other pawn shop and see if they would buy it from me. Now, here's the interesting part. So originally, I walked in there and the guy was like, no, we can't take it. It's missing some strings. But then he took a closer look at it and started looking at options. I think he looked up what specifically it was. Then he processed the sale. Gave me $30 for it. Now, let me remind you, I paid nothing for this guitar. It was a freebie tossed in by Cash America. So now I had $30. So I looked around Value Pawn, which they had a ton of new games that they did not have before. Unfortunately, they are now individually priced, which is good and bad. It's good because you immediately have an idea of what kind of price they're looking for, but it's bad because they're a little less likely to negotiate. Maybe they'll cut a couple bucks, like a buck or two off of them, but it's unlikely you're going to get, $5 for a game that they're pricing at $9. But I was playing with fun money. So I picked out a couple games that I decided, well, let's just see if I can negotiate these to potentially, essentially trade. So I'll give them the money that they gave me back in exchange for these 3 games. And they agreed. So I paid, again, nothing out of pocket for this. This was all because of the free guitar that I was given at Cash America. So first up, we have Minecraft on the Xbox One. Anytime you find this game cheap enough, it is worth picking up because it trades into GameStop for a pretty solid amount of money. Right now, it's going for about $8.80, which is pretty good. It's a little less than what they were asking for. They were originally asking for $9. I got it for like 8 or 7, something like that. I don't know the exact numbers. Essentially got it for free though, but still worth picking up. Definitely worth trading in. So I got this to flip to add to the Call of Duties and the GTA that I picked up earlier in the week. And if these 2 games I'm going to keep, and they're pretty darn solid pickups, I will say. First off, we have Forza Motorsport 7 on the Xbox One. Now, this is relevant for a couple reasons. First of all, this is the most recent Forza Motorsport game. They have not released another Forza Motorsport since the Xbox Series X came out. 7 is the newest one. They are also going to be delisting this game in September, so I feel the value of this one's going to shoot up pretty high, because it's going to be the last Forza Motorsport that's compatible with the Xbox One, and it's going to be delisted, so you won't be able to buy it online anymore. It's also worth a pretty good amount of money, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then here's the most exciting one, because this game by itself is worth more than what I would have paid out of pocket if I didn't have that guitar. And to be honest, I've never heard of this game before, but I saw it and I knew for a fact, because of the type of game that it was going to be worth some money, and sure enough it is. Pokey Park 2 Wonders Beyond on the Wii. So essentially this looks like a mini game collection where you play as different Pokemon. I know nothing about this. I've never played it. I've never even heard of it. But it's a Pokemon game, which means it's going to be valuable. It's also on the Wii, which is a system where certain games are shooting up in value. Paid nothing out of pocket, and it's a pretty solid value. So this by itself was worth it. So essentially, if you think about it, just by trading in these 2 Call of Duties that are in this box, I get all 5 of these games for free. And I'm also going to be trading in Minecraft. So I'm keeping 4 pretty solidly valuable games and gaining money that I can use at GameStop for credit. You can't do better than that, honestly. I'm very, very happy with my results. I think I did great. Another very strong game hunting day. So now let's go to the final recap where I tell you the values of everything that I picked up this week. Alright, so now it is time to go over all of the stuff that we picked up this last week. And I have to say, even though we didn't pick up as many games as we do oftentimes, I think we did very, very well. The biggest thing is, grand total, I just only spent like 40 bucks. I got a ton of games and a ton of value, so definitely happy with that. Of course, we're going to be going over the total value as well as how much I paid for everything, so definitely did pretty well on that. Alright, so we're going to start off with our original value pawn stop, and I picked up some pretty solid games there. Only spent 20 bucks, I think it was $23 total. Now, one thing that I'm not going to show just because it's not game related is I did pick up a Blu-ray that is all 4 Hunger Games films together. I paid $2 for it. It's definitely worth more than that, but I'm not including that just because it's not a game. So, first game I picked up is Madden 21. That's right, even though I just traded this in like a week ago, it's back. I paid $5 for it, which is less than what I got in trade-in for my other copy. This one's in just as good condition. It's complete. The disc is flawless. Now I can play Madden 21 again, so yay. Paid $5, it is worth 15, so solid. Next up in this one, again, is one of those games where I saw it on the shelf and figured, you know what? It's not a game I see very often in pawn shops. It's probably worth picking up, and it certainly was. Transformers Devastation on the PS4. This is a platinum game based on, I guess, one of the newer Transformers cartoons. It looks fun. I've heard it's actually a pretty solid game. Paid $5 for this. It is worth $19. So another solid pickup from my first value pawn. Next up is the one I got to flip, and you know I flip this game all the frickin' time. We have Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox One. Paid $3 for this. For some reason, they only charged me $3 for GTA, which definitely worth picking up for that price because it's definitely worth more than that. Right now, it's going for $7.70 at GameStop. I might hold on to it a little bit just to see if that number will go up because I think it's on sale right now. So when it goes off of sale, the trade-in value might go up because it was at $10 at one point. So we'll see if it holds firm this next week at $7.70. I might still go with it. It's still a profit either way. So not too bad. Next, we're going for some older games. I got Call of Duty Black Ops on the PS3. I don't have the original Black Ops. I'm definitely going to be trying to find a Xbox 360 copy because I'd rather play it on the Xbox. But I'll take a PS3 copy any day because it's cheap. I paid $3, which is not amazing, but not terrible for a PS3 game. It's worth $7, so decent value there. Next up, this game didn't come in a normal case, came in a rental case, but it's a game I don't see very often in pawn shops. We have Juiced 2 Hot Import Nights on the PS3. It has everything you need. The only thing it's missing is the normal case and the cover art, but it's got the manual. The disc is in pretty good shape. Looks like a pretty fun racing game. from THQ, paid $3 for this. It's worth 13, so another solid pickup there. One that I'm not going to show just because I don't want to pull out the disc, but I did get Gran Turismo 5 on the PS3. I only paid $1 for that one, disc only. It's worth $6, so overall I'm pretty happy with that. I got a nice stack of games for 20 bucks. I mean, can't go wrong there. Next, we're gonna go to Cash America, and this is what really kind of made this week as good as it was, because essentially everything was caused by my trip to Cash America, besides the first value pawn stuff. Because I got a number of games plus a free guitar, which I in turn flipped to a different pawn shop and used the money from the flipped guitar to get more games. So, yeah. So we're gonna start off with the stuff that I picked up from Cash America, and I did pretty well overall. So first off, we have Overwatch on the PS4. I had Overwatch for a long time on Xbox One. I've thought about picking it up again a few times. This one was only $5 at Cash America, so I figured, you know what, it's worth picking up for that. And it's worth 15 bucks, so solid pickup there. Eventually, I'd like to find the Xbox version, so maybe I'll flip that one at some point, but right now I'm going to hold on to the PS4 copy of Overwatch. Next up, we have Sleeping Dogs on Xbox One, another solid pickup. This game has been in there for a while, and most times they quote me a price that's just way too high. Mostly because I don't need this per se, because I have a digital copy of it. I just wanted a physical one, because this is not a game you see that often physically. But I got it for $5, and it is worth 11, so I think that's solid value. This was the biggest score, at least of that stuff, besides the guitar. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the Xbox One. Now that by itself is pretty good usually. Black Ops 3 has a decent trade value. But what made it so good is the fact that this case does not just contain Black Ops 3, it also contains Black Ops 2 on the Xbox 360, which if you know, you know, that game by itself is worth $13.20 in trade-in at GameStop. Now, I would have been completely okay if it just included Black Ops 2, but no, it also included Black Ops 3. So I got two pretty solid Call of Duty games in one case that I paid $10 for. Black Ops 3 is worth $8.80 in trade-in. Black Ops 2 is worth $13.20 in trade-in. So this by itself pays for the entire thing from yesterday, by itself. But I'm not done. So I also got that guitar, which I in turn took to the value pawn across the street from Cash America. They gave me $30. Now they had a bunch of games that I was interested in, however, they were all individually priced, and most were priced a little bit higher than I would like to pay, even if I had more money to spend. So I just picked out a few games that I knew had some value. I'm like, hey, can you just make this work so that I can pay essentially the money you gave me for the guitar back to get these games? And they did. So I picked up 3 games. First off, we have Minecraft on the Xbox 360. This one, a flipper, of course. Minecraft is such an easy flip. Again, technically I paid nothing for it because of the trade for the guitar, which I got for free. This one is worth $8.80 in trade-in at GameStop. So if I add that to the Call of Duties and GTA, I got like $40-something in trade-in credit, which is pretty great considering how little I spent on all those games. So very happy for that. So Minecraft, nice addition to the trade pile. Next up, we have Forza Motorsport 7 on the Xbox One. This game is relevant for a few different reasons. First, it is the most recent Forza Motorsport game. Turn 10 is currently working on Forza Motorsport, the reboot for the Xbox Series X. So they've not released a Forza Motorsport game since 7. Also, this game is about to be delisted on the Microsoft Store. So if you want to play this game, you either need to buy it now, digitally, before September 15th, or buy a physical copy. And now I have a physical copy. This is worth $21. So it has a pretty good amount of value, and I got it for free, essentially. Big score of the whole day. Pokey Park 2, Wonders Beyond on the Nintendo Wii. I have never heard or seen this game before. Looks like a mini game collection where you play as various Pokemon. It also has a good amount of value. Again, paid nothing out of pocket for it. They originally wanted $15. Honestly, I would have paid that because this game has a pretty solid amount of value. It's worth $30 in complete form, which is good. If you somehow find a new copy of this, it's worth $100. So definitely an uncommon first-party Wii game. So be on the lookout. This is a solid one to take a look for. And that's everything. That's what we picked up this week. Game hunting. Overall, pretty happy with the results. Got some really nice titles to add to the collection. Got a nice stack of games that I can trade in for a good profit. Pretty happy camper. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Typically drop this series on Mondays. Also, be sure to check out some of our gaming series that we got going on. We're currently playing Fast and Furious Crossroads as of the time of this recording, as well as we're doing co-op theater for Halo Combat Evolved. We're playing Bad Games for our Let's Play Bad Games series. All kinds of good stuff. So be sure to check out our other gameplay videos airing on Wednesdays and Fridays each week. 3 videos a week on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.